Well, thanks for visiting us here at KTALnews.com. I'm meteorologist Josh Marces with your Thursday morning forecast update. Same exact forecast today. We're 4 days into the week, and this will be the fourth day with that 20% chance of rain and temperatures in the mid 90s. This will be the last day that we see this kind of forecast, as we do have a pattern change on the way tomorrow and even more next week. So I think we are finally in the dying days of summer here. Probably will not see many more of these days in the mid 90s as we continue through our 2025, which I know is music to everybody's ears here. So let me give you a look at the rain chances. We've been really dry the last 2 weeks or so. We are going to see just a few pop-ups today, but some scattered storms likely with a weak front pushing through on Friday. Drier for the weekend, so that's great news here. And then next week we have that cold front coming in late Monday, so some rain next week and eventually some cooler temperatures taking over by Tuesday and Wednesday. So what's changed today, we've had this storm system off the east coast of the U.S. that has finally moved out of the way, and that will unclog this traffic jam that we've had. So this is our next area of low pressure that will pass to the north of us. That will drag the tail end of this front through in the upcoming days here and stir up some of those scattered storms for your Friday. And then there will be a stronger front on the way for us next week. But it's a mirror image of the last few days here. We'll start out in the 60s and low 70s and then top out in the low to mid 90s this afternoon. I don't expect we'll see a lot of rain out there, but a look at your Robin Studded Futurecast does show a few of those pop-ups again today. I didn't get any rain where I live here in Shreveport, but we had a number of storms nearby yesterday that were producing some lightning. So it is just kind of that hit and miss nature of some of the storms again today. It's just luck if you manage to get under one of these to cool you down this afternoon. And then by tomorrow morning, you can see that front begins to push in here. So that will keep the northern Arklatex, I think, a little cooler. Probably a lot of you in the 80s tomorrow. And as that front kind of pushes south, we'll bring some scattered storms down to I-20 as we go through the afternoon and early evening. Those of you headed to the football games, this will not be a washout, but just a 20% chance of rain lingering into your Friday night as well as Saturday morning, but we should dry out over the weekend. Great news if you're headed out to the Texarkana Walk to End Alzheimer's. I'll be emceeing that with our own Alicia Gatewood on Saturday morning, so the temperature should be fantastic. Registration starts at 8. The race, or the walk, there's a 1 mile and 3 mile course. Those begin at 9 a.m., so be sure to join us out there on Saturday morning. We should have some pretty fantastic weather for that. Just that slight chance of rain late Friday, early Saturday, but I expect most of your weekend events will be dry here. Just a slight chance of rain returning for us on Sunday. The weekend gets pretty warm again, and that warm up ahead of our early week cold front, which will move in on Monday. So some scattered storms Monday and Tuesday especially. Looks like the rainier of the 2 days there, and our temperatures do cool into the 80s next Tuesday, Wednesday, and I think we'll settle into the 80s or low 90s for most of next week.